I may be a bit of an anomaly when it comes to filmmakers in that I don't tend to stick to one genre. I work a lot in documentary, but I also spend a lot of time doing my own short narratives. I've done stop motion animation in the past. I really follow ideas first, and I try and find, I've always been interested in narrative and how we understand narrative through the presentation of moving images. And so for me, that's what really drives my film work. Trying to see how people can have an encounter and understand ideas through a visual medium. So the piece behind me is, it's part of a film installation I did a couple of years ago for Nuit Blanche in Toronto. It's called Hour Dolly. And what we did was, for the installation itself, we installed a circular dolly in a downtown Toronto street, and we invited passersby to come up and sort of pose for the camera. Having been at Christie for a couple of months, the interesting thing is I didn't end up where I necessarily thought I would end up. When I first started here, I had some initial notions that I wanted to play around with projections on, like projection mapping on different spaces. But just being around the office, you get to hear a little bit about all the different exciting new technologies that Christie is developing. And one of the things that caught my eye, or caught my ear, was a discussion of some of the flight simulation technologies that they have, some 3D stereoscopic projection technology that they work on for flight simulations to train pilots and co-pilots at the same time. And so that was something I didn't really think too much about before I came here. So what I've been playing a lot with in the last, over the course of the residency, has been experimenting with what it means to project things in stereoscopic 3D, as well as playing around with the technology, seeing how far the technology can be pushed. Trying to develop a system where two people can watch the same cinema screen in the same space at the same time, but depending on the type of glasses they're wearing, they can be watching two different things on the screen. For me, what's interesting is how far can you push the visuals of two different films while still maintaining the auditory soundtrack. To me, that's pretty uncharted territory, and it's a bit of a mind bender to see how far it works, but that's part of the process that I'm at right now, playing around with content and seeing how to push those boundaries. I think my working method has been a little bit a bit of a conceptual leap for some of the people at Christie, because they're very good at what they do, and they're very good designers. Sometimes what you have to do as an artist is go the opposite direction of design. So I feel like I'm challenging people to try and take things apart and hack them and put them in different places. So it's definitely been a learning experience.